Hey everybody, it's Ed. All right, sorry for the little shaky cam and the cracked screen you are looking at. However, today, it is July 19th of the year 2020. Back on this day, July 19th, back in 1975, when I was a wee lad who had just recently turned 6 years old, we went to go see Elvis at the Nassau Coliseum in Long Island, Uniondale. Now, this picture was taken with Elvis. It says Elvis performed at Nassau County Veterans Memorial Coliseum, Uniondale, New York at 2:30 and 8:30 p.m. Now, this is on elvisnews.com, and I happened to go there this morning, and this picture popped up. Now, what's so significant about this picture? Well, of course, it's Elvis himself. However, if we blow up the picture and we look at not this guy, but we look at that guy, that's my father. That's Richie, giving Elvis the infamous letter that we have to get into someday. Really want to tell that story. All right, but we're going to talk a little bit about July 19th, 1975, and I'll be back. All right, hey everybody, we're back. Look at this. Look at this. Damn, here's something even funnier. Yeah, no way I'm fitting in this. All right, so why am I showing you this? Well, here's a picture of me wearing this exact shirt. This was taken January of 1975. My aunt had made this shirt up for me, okay? And with the intention of wearing it when we went to go see Elvis. Now, July 19th, 1975, I had the pleasure of going to see Elvis, sit front row in the afternoon performance, the matinee, 2:30 p.m. And one specific thing, other than me getting my scarf and kiss from Elvis, that I do remember was we were standing in line at the souvenir stand or the concession stand, and Jackie Kahane, who was the comedian who opened up one of the openers for Elvis, was online, and I don't really recall how it really happened, but he wound up buying me a box of Cracker Jacks. So. Jackie Kahane bought me a box of Cracker Jacks, and we sat front row, watched Elvis, and at one point of the show, now this was the outfit that Elvis wore during the afternoon performance at Nassau Coliseum, July 19th, 1975, and when the time came, when Elvis started to hand out scarves, my father immediately scooped me up, because we were basically right in front of him, scooped me up, lifted me up, which was no easy feat because I was a kind of heavy kid, especially at 6. And my father, Elvis, had seen my shirt, I guess, or saw me. 'Cause the way I remember it was after my father scooped me up and I'm looking at Elvis, he's like right in front of me. And my little stupid 6-year-old self, just like with a stupid smile on my face, I go like this. And the way I remember it was we made eye contact. He kind of chuckled, pointed to us, and went like this. When I pointed, and then went like this. Because the whole like front of the stage was blocked by police, by security officers. So when he did that, the two that were in front of us let my father through, and Elvis, actually my father held me up in front of Elvis. And I know it's kind of difficult to discern from the picture, but you can see my father's arm there. You see my arm, back of my head there. You can see a little bit of the red scarf that I got around my neck that he gave me. And this is the picture of Elvis kissing my left cheek, right about there. All right, and yes, I have washed it since. There would be no reason for me not to. All right, so from what I remember, it was an amazing show. But you know what's great? Because I was 6 years old, and we're talking, 47 years at this point to the day. So unfortunately, my memory is not what I wish it was. However, you can bet your butt that tonight, well, probably sometime today, I'm going to relive this concert. How am I going to do that, you ask? Well, just so happens there are a few bootlegs that were recorded and released over the years. First one we're going to start off with is called America's Own. Now, this is the concert that I was at. This is the afternoon performance. It is an audience recording, but it's a very decent audience recording. Good stuff. Good stuff. And definitely gives you, the impression of what the show was like. Elvis's voice was prime. it was prime. He was amazing. I just remember hearing The Wonder of You, hearing Burning Love, and just being so excited about it. You Don't Have to Say You Love Me. It was a lot of great stuff in here. At the time, I was a huge fan of If You Love Me, Let Me Know. Trying to Get to You is on here. What else did he do? Let Me Be There, which was another song that I enjoyed as a child. Gave Me a Mountain, which is amazing on here. Mystery Train, Tiger Man, Funny How Time Slips Away. A lot of good stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Great show. All right, so this is another version of the CD. Yeah, I'll show you that. All right, and then they also had for the evening concert, the 8:30 p.m., which was America's Own, Volume 2. And this is the one where he sat at the piano and did You'll Never Walk Alone, which is the only known live recording of him ever playing that song. All right, but here's what your disc looks like also. All right, and then I have the LP version, double LP version of America's Own. Unfortunately, this is in really bad shape, not even playable, but just to have it for the pictures and the cover and everything else. And they also do make a mention or a shout out to the King's Court fan club, because apparently they must have gotten some pictures at the time. However, this was, I think, done in 1980 or around there. So my parents were no longer a part of the fan club by the time this had come out. All right, so yeah, I showed my I Love Elvis shirt, which again I wouldn't even try to put it on because I'd probably rip it and destroy it. And of course, my scarf that I had received from Elvis, I've told this story in the past, but I no longer have it. Back when I got married in 2000, we were saving up to get a place and all that stuff. So I wound up selling a bunch of things, and the scarf wound up being one of them. However, at the time, when I did sell the scarf, it really wasn't my intention to sell it. I just had no idea what they were going for, because at the time when I was doing eBay, there really weren't any Elvis scarves up there. So I kind of put it up as a litmus test, and I put what I thought would be a high enough reserve price that wouldn't be met. Looking back now, I probably should have made the reserve at like 10,000 to make sure that it wasn't met. But I think I put the reserve at like 500 because I really didn't think it would go. And from what I remember correctly, I think within about 5 hours of me posting the auction, it was already up to 800, which kind of blew my mind. And whatever. So, due to eBay's policy and everything else at the time, and I wanted to remain in good standing, the scarf, like I said, wound up going over the reserve price. So I was technically obligated to sell it, and I did. And I have since learned that the person who I sold it to actually sold it to another person in England who had gotten in contact with me when they discovered my YouTube channel. And we were able to corroborate that, yes, he does indeed own the scarf that Elvis gave me. So that was cool, knowing that, where it is now. And should he ever decide that he wants to part with it, he'll give me first dibs should I want it back. All right. But we still do have a couple of other scarves from that concert. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on the wall if I change the camera, but we have a red scarf left. We have a white scarf left from July 19th, 1975. So it was a good time. It was a great concert. I was happy to sit front row. It was the third time that I got to see Elvis. And not only the third time, but again, sat front row. And he was in front of me for a good portion of the show. So great memories and great times. And I'm happy I was able to do it. And I got my parents to thank for that. All right, but I think that's pretty much it. So we'll leave it at that. If you would like, you can leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. As always, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and take care, everybody.